So another thing that I'm doing, yeah, welcome back. It's still the 20. I don't know anymore. Just trying to get you slowed down here. Coming in. All right. So the other thing that I'm always doing is running around with the chicken head chopped off, trying to put out fires. Not literal fires, but just trying to keep sprayers going and drills going and guys on the right fields and the right loads going in the sprayers and the right rates going down with the drills and the right depth going into this hard soil and right packing pressure going on, and breakdowns are happening. More packing pressure equals more stuff that could go wrong because there's more pressure on the boots, and rip the boot off, took a point off, and lots of fixing. Ashton's on mine, took a boot off. So we're running higher packing pressure. This particular field that I'm driving in right now is it's about a 450 acre field, mostly because there's some big sloughs like that. But it was slated to go to red lentils. But then I was like, I don't know, it's kind of prone to be dirty with kochia in it. So I'm like, even though it's been cereal on cereal the last 2 years, trying to get it cleaned up. I was like, ooh, it should be okay for red lentils, but I thought I'd better take a drive here and just see. Like, this looks, here, let's just stop. I'm sorry, everything I do is 100 mile an hour because that is literally my life. That's my life, you guys. That's how I've always been. I'm wired that way. One speed, full speed. All right, so let's take a look here. I don't see much for kochia. So this is good. This is what I want to see. This looks fine. This is what I want to see. Obviously, this here stuff is kochia blowing across the field, but this stuff can come from 30 miles away. That's the great thing about being in the prairies down here, is these carcasses, they just float across your field in the winds. You guys see any trees out here? That's a yard. That doesn't count. Any tree that you see has been planted. Trees are not even native down here. They're not native. This is bald prairie. All right, so we got, this is a little tansy mustard. He's easy to kill. And then the easiest, where's the easiest? Oh, it's right here, is this little guy. He's a stinkweed. We like to call them little stinkers. He's super easy to kill. He's got those big fat leaves. It's just like, bring me the chemical, guys. Mikey, you petting the weed. No, I'm not. Anyways, let's go. We got to go down here. We're going to go down to where it's a little bit higher saline. We all know that lentils don't do well in saline, but short of literally seeding something else in a chunk of your field is kind of a pain in the butt as well. So, all right. This is where I've known Russian thistle and kochia to be bad. And the reason why is because it's saline. Right here. See how there's nothing growing here? Nothing's gonna grow here whether I seed wheat, durum, barley, oats, lentils, mustard, canola. Ain't nothing gonna grow here. This is just a saline spot. This is just gonna turn white. You can tell there's already salts coming out of the ground. Nice and hard. This grows nothing but kochia. Unless you get, oh man, there's actually a grass you can put in here. What's it called? Saltlander. Saltlander. I should remember that. Saltlander. So we have actually thought about seeding some more saline tolerant grasses in areas like this, and then just do a draw. Like, as you can clearly tell, it's just a mess of saline all the way around. But in order to get that, you kind of got to have some decent seeding conditions. Preferably have some rains in the summer. Keep your grass alive. Otherwise, it's just going to die. And we've been 3 years of drought, so I don't know if it's going to. I'm optimistic. I try to be optimistic that this year's going to break. It's going to start raining on us here in like May and June. It's not going to stop. So let's just get our seeding in, lumpy or not. So this, you cannot put lentils here. This is kochia weed, you guys. This is really hard to kill because the reason why is because they're so small. And you see the little hairs? See how they have little hairs on them? They basically propel the chemical. So it's really hard to make chemicals stick to baby kochia weed. Really hard to do that. The plant itself isn't that difficult to kill in a pre-burn. It's really hard to get it to accept chemical. Okay. Once you do a pre-burn, you get one shot at killing these weeds. Yes, we can throw down a little Volterra or a Group 14 or something that, you know, kind of hopefully it's a residual type, trying to keep some of these guys from growing back, you know, hurt them a little bit, and it won't hurt our lentils. But kochia is resilient. Kochia and Russian thistle down in our part of the world, you guys, is nearly impossible to keep down. The drier it is, the more it thrives. That's true. It's a sad truth. So anyways, once we seed our pulse in here, whether it be chickpeas or lentils, you can't spray that out. You can't spray the kochia out. Where if you put a cereal, like a wheat or a durum, that's the hardiest. Barley's a little more sensitive. Wheat and durum are really hardy. You got lots of in-crop herbicide options. So kochia wheat's not a problem. Now, why would I want to put a pulse out here? It's because it's been cereal on cereal for 2 years. Again, trying to clean some of this up. And I might be cereal on cereal again. Mike, what about an oil seed? An oil seed, again, you can't spray it out unless it's going to be a canola. And we're not going to grow canola down here because the last few years have not been good at growing anything. And the last thing I want to do is pay for a pile of canola seed at $70 to $80 an acre. Mustard is an option. It's a brassica, still in the brassica family, but you don't have any in-crop herbicide options for it. So yeah, if it's just a patch like this, maybe I can come out and seed the wheat and durum and seed the lentils or something else. But these are the decisions that us farmers are always trying to figure out. We always got a problem field. Every farmer, whether they admit it or not, has a problem field or a field that they're working on, or fields, could be plural, like myself. There's fields. And then we always got that quarter or half section that are our babies. Those are the ones that we've spent the most money on, and, you know, perfecting those, cleaning them up, managing our nutrient packages. And those are the fields that, you know, typically produce the most yield every year. And those are our baby. And they always get a little extra, right, guys? Everyone knows the baby field or your favorite field or whatever it might be, gets a little extra nitrogen, just because, it's gonna do something, right? Oh man. So this whole chunk in here is not lentil worthy. Let's go down over here, see what else we can find. Wait for the dust to go by. All right, good enough, good enough, good enough. So, this here is foxtail. A little harder to kill, but with enough Roundup, you can get them. You can get them. Foxtail is also very prone in saline areas. This isn't bad though. This is lentil worthy. Yeah, okay, all right, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Let's go find another spot of the field. All right. Let's go over here. Let's see what we can find. Basically, all I'm trying to figure out here, guys, is if it's just that one area, which is probably consists of 20 acres, I could just not seed that 20 acres of lentils and seed it to durum. And then I can up my lentil acres. And it would be good for the soil to have a pulse. Let's see what we got here. Hard to tell, I know, but looks fine to me. Let's go up over here. Mike, is it a pain in the butt though to have like 2 crops in one field? Yes. Remember I did that last year up north. I seeded lentils and then I put barley in all the low spots and saline areas because we all know lentils don't like to get their feet wet. And it actually worked pretty good. It was just a real pain in the butt to spray. Probably the biggest pain in the butt to spray, I would say. And then combining was also a bit of a pain in the butt. But I guess it did do its job. Alright, let's take a peek here. I don't want to take you guys' time up. I know you guys got better things to do than to look at fields with me. This is nice and clean, see? And this was last year's stubble. Sorry, this was 2 years ago stubble. This was last year's stubble. Well, I think we're going to seed this lentils, and I think that we're just not going to seed that 20 acres. And that ups my lentil acres, and that's a good thing because I'm looking to bring my lentil acres up a little bit. It's good for the soil, and it's less fertilizer I have to put down. I'm also happy with that. Less fertilizer I have to buy. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I gotta get back to the drill, take it over for Ashton, because I think Chapel is starting to get a little tired of sitting in the drill. So I'll catch you guys on Flipper. Adios, amigos.